Welcome to the night where the paranormal unite. A party like never before under the moon's airy light. The vibe is dark, the air is cold, spirits taking flight. Get haunted and ghost and magazine leading the fright. Ghosts and ghouls dancing hand in hand. Lost souls roaming the haunted land. On the battleship New Jersey we gather with glee. Horror and paranormal, a sight to see.
Hello, and welcome to the long-awaited Haunted Casket episode that no one's been waiting for. I'm kidding. This is Haunted Casket number 7 with Paranormal Nut Podcast.
Wow, we're up to 7 already?
Yeah, we're on
Wow.
7. Yeah.
Time flies, man.
I'm bad at math. I think we're on 7. I think I got some peanut butter in my beard. Anyway, that is not the point. I was eating some peanut butter.
The earliest you've been buzzed.
New records, episode 7. Let's go.
Jeez Louise.
Okay. Anyway, I am Haunted Faith. Also VHF82 Productions, that's newly made as of September 27th. We also have Bill Bryant of Empty Casket Paranormal.
What's up, everybody?
The bald bastard himself. And then I'm not going to speak for the both of you. Fight for whoever talks first. I don't care. Who?
Oh, it's going to be me. Yeah, got him. Well, I too also have a bald bastard named Jim over there. And then I am Sean, and we are Paranormal Nut Podcast.
Hell yeah. That was it. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I'm always rising to the top. I just start going crazy.
Definitely go check out their podcast.
Yes.
You might want to start with their best episode, which was the one with me on it.
It was pretty good.
I put a lot of work into that Ouija board floating around, okay, buddy?
Yeah, you did. That looked cool. I love that.
He spent literally 8 hours figuring out how to track this thing across the screen.
It's is it that DVD, the logo that bounces?
Yeah, basically. I tried to get it to line up with people talking, but then after I watched it, I was like, ooh.
We'll just bring it everywhere.
Yeah, it's not really a chat thing anymore. It's just floating.
Oh, shit. Be sure to check out their link tree down in the description below. And if you somehow hack into the coding of the stream, you can click on screen right now. So yeah, I saw Jim's screen just light up. It is like, let me access the properties. But
I was
saying that
only nuts. No, I'm just kidding.
Only nuts.
Never gets old. We will
old.
ride that joke till it dies.
Oh, this is gonna be a good episode.
Yeah,
I feel it.
I feel it in my nuts.
Got him.
And look, they're both below you.
Exactly. And it kind of shifts a little left.
And one's bigger than the other.
And they're sentient.
Oh, we're gonna have to take this off of all your streams.
Wait here. Here,
Yeah.
there.
Oh God, we're rearranged.
Oh, now you're lopsided.
No.
Oh shit.
This is,
Oh shit. I'm kidding.
some
Well, there goes gravity.
um,
Oh.
so speaking of nuts, no, I'm kidding. So,
more of a cashew man myself.
I
Oh,
love cashews. Before he rings the fucking buzzer, I saw your arm.
I saw the
He's
twinkle
like-
in his eye. I knew he wanted to do it.
So,
gotta get a buzzer counter in the corner.
oh
Oh,
shit.
we should start doing that.
Yeah.
Hi, Icy Spirits. I saw you on Facebook at the Warren's Paracon. It was so nice to see you on the internet. Hi.
It was great to actually meet you in person finally.
Yes.
What
And
makes your spirit so icy? That's what we want to
Icy,
know.
are you going to be at the Rock Island Paracon? Because I'll be there. If not, soiree, maybe. Like either way, you look a lot more beautiful than your profile picture on Facebook does, and that's a compliment.
Ooh, that one's not going to go over very well.
It's not. Oh shit! But I see you're an amazing person, Stephen Metz from Digging Deeper Paranormal. How's it going?
It's Comets.
Oh, it is?
He corrected me this weekend. It is Comets.
I thought the K's were just silent. I thought it was just Metz.
No, the K screams. It's not silent at all.
Metz. Oh,
Right,
you said,
dude.
Oh.
that was a bad joke. I'm sorry. That actually hurt my own ears. Fucking hell.
Bill, by the way, it was a good move not going to the bridges. It was.
Oh, I thought we were talking pretty straight.
Oh my god.
Hurt. Sorry.
Sorry. Was I loud?
No, like how I screamed. That sounded like a funny idea in my head, but now I'm hating myself for it. Anyway,
That's
Okay,
most
we
of
all
your
hate
jokes,
you
dude.
as well, so it's perfect.
that's.
I like you, buddy.
I think Sean disconnected. I don't know.
Ugh. It's so weird when
Alright.
I don't have the button. I'm not used to not being host.
I know.
Hell,
When I was on your
I-
show and
I-
I wasn't host, it was weird.
I would say that I would make you host like just for the meme, but with the StreamYard changes, like I'm about to lose two of my hosts because
I
of
don't need.
the plan changes.
I already have a lot of control issues in my life. I don't need it to actually be one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Denise Pack. Denise, I will see you on Saturday. I'm ready to see you. I was gonna say something funny, but I think I'm gonna calm down because my brain's telling me to calm down. Denise, nice to see you here. Thank you for being here. Big Daddy Andy himself, the perfect portrait, the man that never moves.
Well, he
Andy.
moves a little bit. I saw
He
him
mo-
this weekend. He definitely walked up to the table.
Oh, okay, cool. For you two here that don't know what that means, I was doing a podcast. Like it was like I took a break after a while because of reasons. Came back, and this was a while ago. Came back, and I just like said, "Hey, join this stream if you want to. It's a podcast, I guess." Andy, Rob and Sarah joined for a bit, then they left. Then Richie B joined, and then
I think
for
I
like
was on that too for a little bit too, right?
yeah,
Wasn't I?
for like the
Yeah.
last half hour, it was me, you, Richie B, and Andy, and we were just talking, having a good old time, and Andy was just doing this.
I thought his screen froze.
He didn't move a lip muscle
Was he just
We're-
raw dogging the entire podcast?
for
Just-
20 minutes. And then eventually we asked Andy to chime in on something on like something that happened at Indiana State Sanatorium, something that happened. I don't remember. And we go, Andy, are you there? And all that moved was lips, and he goes, yeah, why? And I go, oh, have you frozen? And he goes, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
And I go,
no,
oh, okay.
he's just really good at sitting still.
he's the opposite.
I was trying
of
to
me.
do it there. I'm gonna go in stone right now. Stone.
Man, okay. I'm sorry on this comment, Denise. I will come back to that because I forgot. I didn't forget about it. Just I beat the joke into, like a dead horse for so long that it's time to bring it back. Stephen Metz, pronounced the K. I just did it again. Kometz. Stephen Kometz. I'm gonna have to get used to that. I'm so sorry. Kent Wilson, How's it going, man? I'll be seeing you in 2 weekends at Haunted Graves. No, unfortunately, I won't be there either. All good. Bill cracks you up. I crack him up, not in a good way. I'm kidding. I don't know what that meant, honestly. And yeah. So here, Mame on a scooter. Have you told them about? No, wait, Bill, you weren't at Indiana State.
Nope.
Never mind. So this will be a funny story for everyone. And for the record, he was on his phone in the RV, and I could barely see anything on screen. So I guess he was just trying to focus, and he wasn't.
Excuses.
So this will make you two laugh, hopefully. So, and
See,
thank you
now
guys.
you set it up. Now I have so much high expectations. If
so-
this story isn't amazing, I'm gonna tear it to shreds.
I see. Thank you. I just like self-deprecating humor. It's just how it's just how I am. I love myself. It's just on the joking side. I sometimes don't. And Wade Kirby, it's so nice to be on your screen at this time. So thank you, my kind sir.
Wait, it was great to meet you this weekend.
Wade, I'm sure I'll see you at the soiree. I'm sure you're coming there, right? I'm not sure if an old man like him can handle it. I'm kidding. So Mame on a scooter. So at Indiana State Sanatorium, this was back months ago. I don't remember the date. And you guys know how a event runs, like rotations and free roam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the whole night goes as it should. It goes actually really well. And get to around 12:30 to 1 a.m. It's like, hey, everyone, 2.5 hours of all you. And and so like we do our thing. Me, Rob, Sarah, the Pax, Danny, me, Todd, Leanne. We're all doing our own thing and bouncing around, doing some Bigfoot hunting, doing some exploring. And then fast forward about 2:30 comes. Yeah, it was 2:30 because it was half an hour until we had to leave. It was 2:30, and I'm pretty sure like everyone's down at the home base where like we check in, and so we drive. Then Rob and Sarah and all of us are trying to like, okay, who's checked out and who hasn't, and we were like, hey, have you seen the girl on the scooter? I don't remember her name, to be honest. I don't. But have you seen her? I'm like, I haven't. I didn't even see her like in the buildings while we were exploring at all. So we're like, great. So I literally hopped in the car with Rob and Sarah, and we drove up to the nurses ward, and and of course me at the time being on caffeine and just will sprint anywhere. I'll still sprint anywhere. I'm just smart about it now.
Can you believe that he's not on caffeine right now?
I just ate a bunch of sugary peanut butter, so like I'm controlled.
He did.
But like,
so in the half hour leading up to this, we got to watch him just go spoon for spoon peanut butter.
I
swear to God, I thought you were gonna say like a sugary penis for a second.
No, that's on onlynuts.com.
Yeah.
So
subscribe, like and subscribe.
I literally came home, edited. So before I continue, my 5th found footage short film that's in the series that I'm doing will be released tonight on stream at the end. So if you want to see that, stay till the end. If not, it's on YouTube. At like,
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Like after this, but so yeah. They sent me in. Rob's like, go in there and look. And she was camped out in the front of the building the whole time. And so I get in there, spirit box, Ovulus, two REM pod lanterns, 3 flashlights, and her bag full of even more gear was all on and open, but nowhere for her to be seen. I'm like, someone could have easily just stole this. She's lucky. And so I'm like, okay. So then Candy, she follows me in there too. And she goes, anything? I'm like, no. So me, Rob, Sarah, Candy, I think Denise, correct me if I'm wrong. We all run in there and just kind of split up and start looking. And then I run down the long back hallway that leads to the this other building, the building behind it. I forget. And they see, as I get closer to like it was Ernie and Todd. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. As I get to the door, I hear. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I don't know what a scooter sounds like off the top of my head. I thought something got turned on, and so I picture on the corner, and she's like just doing like circles around this little living room area, and I'm like, ma'am, are you okay? And she goes, yeah, I'm fine. Why? I'm like, I was worried about you. We have half an hour left. Everything is still out. Like, if you want to make your way back to home base. And she goes, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll be back there soon. And yeah, so the whole time while I was searching for her, solid 5 minutes, echoing across the whole nurse's ward. Ma'am on a scooter, are you there? Ma'am on a scooter? Ma'am on a scooter? And then, not 3 seconds later, Ernie and Candy, I hear, ma'am on a scooter, ma'am on a scooter, ma'am on a scooter, ma'am on a scooter, coming from every corner of the nurse's ward.
That's a pretty good story.
How have I not heard this before?
And then about 10 minutes later, you hear her coming up the long ass hallway. Echo. It kind of sounds creepy, like the scooter noise that you know, like the humming, is now being reverberated down a damn near 100, not 100 yard, but like a 50-yard hallway. Just and then Rob gives me a really weird look and goes, I hope that's her.
It's not like Rob ever gets scared or anything.
Oh yeah, no. Let's not talk about the old college hill. But yeah, so that was Waiata Wade Kirby. I love you, man. I love you. But yeah, that was Brandy. How's it going? I like the new tat. But yeah, that was non-paranormal. That was probably my funniest memory that I've had at a location as far as like with guests. But Rob was scared here. Yeah. Hell, well, that story requires some context, so never mind. But yeah, so that was a fun night. And then after that, we even before that, we even did some school. The first ever time, because I guess we can talk about this next, because I know Bill is getting more into this, and I'm curious what you two think about this too. Before Ma'am on the Scooter happened, which will be a shirt eventually. I don't care if I have to fucking make it. I'll give Rob a couple months to make it. I'm kidding. But before that, Greg Yost and the Wolf Pack, Todd, Leanne, Denise, and Ernie were all there. And before that night, I always thought that Bigfoot Squatch was just like this hairy creature that hid in bushes and only showed himself if he wanted to. I never really cared enough to like investigate or hunt or research, but like if someone random asked me what I thought it was, that's what I would say, right? And so that night, Greg was like being Greg, which is the most amazing thing ever. And he was like, there's like these, they can change realms. They have these glowing eyes. If you use light, they don't like you. If you have a gun, then I'm like, everything that he just like set off was like, before I saw them, he was saying all that stuff, and in my head, I'm like, I wasn't doubting him. I was just trying to comprehend it. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, right, okay. And then Greg looks at me, just kind of mutters over to me and goes, do you believe in Sasquatch? And then I go, yeah, but I just don't know what form. And I'll never forget this. very small, but he literally just like you know how like a dad does to his son. Not saying that I'm a son to him, like we're just friends. But like a dad to son would like pop you on the chest or the shoulder and say like, "Hey, watch this," right? He looks at me and goes, he taps me on the chest and goes, "Watch this, my dear friend." And then he puts his hands up in the air and does his whole rant. And the next thing you know, eyes started to appear. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Big Red came. And I went on me and then Danny kind of scoots closer behind me. And I'm just hypothetically shooting myself. I don't know what I'm looking at. And that night, like everyone in that group was like shoulder to shoulder peeking into the woods. And granted, you had to guess behind us screaming, talking, ranting, and raving. And that was the first time I've ever heard Rob, I think it was Denise and Ernie simultaneously go, "Hey, shut up." And yeah, it was. And then that, and then at the campfire, that was amazing. And then at Billy Creek, but Bill, what are your experiences with the Squatch Man? And have
I've
you
not met Squash Man yet.
Oh, okay. What's your experience with Bigfoot? Then let's build off of that.
Well, when we were doing the trifecta back in May, we were doing our Bigfoot hunt with Ronnie LeBlanc, walking through the woods. There's this one opening to a field, and it's just calling to me. I want to go there. It's not where we were headed, and since we were on an event, I didn't go. But we go, we do our Bigfoot thing. We did some wood knocks, EVP session during the wood knocks. We got knocks back. We got an EVP telling us to leave. And then so we start walking back out. We come back to this field. I'm still drawn to this field. Scotty the medium and Ronnie both said that they feel it too, that there's something in that field. And as I'm walking past, I just see like this shimmer effect, kind of like Predator when he's cloaking.
Yeah.
And I just stop. I'm like, okay, that's not what I just saw. I saw leaves and grass kind of interfering with each other and screwing with my eye. So I backed up and forward and back and forward, trying to get it to recreate, and I couldn't. And then I kind of lost my shit. And thankfully, I was not the only person to see it, because otherwise, I don't think I'd believe that I saw it. And yeah, so
Yeah, that's always the worst when if you see something and you're by yourself and you're like, I can't, and nothing was recording it, and you're just sitting there like, am I just crazy right now, or did I actually see that?
Yeah, no, yeah, that. So I was a very much a flesh and blood Bigfoot person going into it, and after that, I'm like, I don't know anymore. But and then most recently, so there's a mountain that just like 4 miles south of my town that just became public land a few months ago. So I was hiking it, and I found this big Bigfoot structure. I say it's a Bigfoot structure. I don't know. People could have made it. It used to be used for hunting a lot. But it's this group of trees that are bent in a big arc with a birch branch pressed on one side to hold it down. And then there's a couple branches on the other side that are arced over. And if you walk through it and up another 100 yards, there's another one like it. And I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Hunters do different things to kind of mark where they need to turn, but that's a little bit elaborate for a hunter. Not saying they couldn't have done it, but still seems elaborate. And then I actually showed it to Richie B, and he recommended a book, The Field Guide to Sasquatch Structures. There's a structure in there that looks almost identical. So, yeah, I got to do some more squatching up on that mountain.
Bill, do you think that it bent the light that was given off? Wait, do you think it bent the light given off? Bent light hitting it? I don't.
I think it bent the light given off, bent light hitting it, like almost like a
like a prism effect.
Well, I think more like it would almost be like if he was wearing like a mirror kind of thing, like a cloak.
Oh yeah. Okay. Pretty much, Damien. Yeah, and Damien, hi, nice to see you, brother. The Reaper himself.
I have I have no idea. I don't even know if it's a Bigfoot. I saw something, and it was
Yeah.
weird.
Well, I remember them talking about who was it? I was listening to the radio one day and it was Michigan Paranormal. And they were talking about like there's always like a green flash every time Bigfoot's seen. Before he's seen, and then you see him walk from one side of the tree and he just kind of disappears. So people always talk about like, oh, he could be interdimensional.
So
I have seen some green eyes. I've seen white, red, and green.
So I want to touch on the Bigfoot walking behind a tree and not coming back out the other side. So
Mhm.
I've spent most of my life hunting. I have seen deer on multiple occasions walk behind a tree and completely disappear. And
How?
it's not that they disappear, it's that they walk behind the tree to the point where you can't see them anymore and they turn and then
And
they
they just
walk
take
up
off.
the
Yeah.
they walk
Oh.
up the mountain and the tree covers them. And even when all the leaves and everything are down and you know you can see through the bushes and all that, it doesn't take much to completely obstruct your view of everything. So
Yeah.
I've never been one to. This is why I was always a flesh and blood Bigfoot person, because all of the things that people say about, you know, Bigfoot being interdimensional and all that, like, the vast majority of that can be explained by just looking at any other animal that does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, any elusive animal in the woods has its tricks to be unseen, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Especially
there's
if
reasons
one,
why he has barely gotten caught on camera over the
yeah.
what 100
But
years.
I mean, as far as Bigfoot goes, I mean, so we well, not we, but me. Probably my worst performing video to date was me jokingly going squatching. I wasn't going squatching, I was on vacation, but I'm like, I want to put out a YouTube video. And I'm like, definitely not looking for Bigfoot, because you know, no one who looks for Bigfoot finds Bigfoot. It's always the people who aren't looking, right? So that was the joke. I wasn't looking for Bigfoot.
So you clickbaited. Gotcha. Okay, next.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Nerd.
and everyone was mad about it. No one liked it. It was like, all right, no one could take a joke, but
It was
I do.
satire.
April.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I definitely want to go squatching properly, but I just haven't had the time. But
I want to go UFO chasing. I think that'd be
Yeah.
fun as fuck.
You're gonna have to jump pretty fucking high to do that.
Like
dude.
go to Area 51 and just like I've seen like in my day I've seen one UFO back when I was a kid, like probably 13. So me and my family back in the day we used to go to this place called the conservation area and we'd deer watch at night. And we were just sitting there in the car and we're seeing and we're like all of a sudden we look up in the sky and we're like, that's not the moon. And it just sits there for like 5-6 minutes and it had like so it had a circle in the middle, it had 3 circles and then 6 circles, and just all of a sudden like after like the 6 minutes it just disappeared, like flew off. It was wild.
So you don't need to go all the way to Area 51 to see a UFO.
You just got to go to a haunted location.
There's a lot of UFO activity around haunted locations. Well, you guys are going to Mid Orange in November, right?
Yes.
don't
So-
tell. We haven't bought our tickets yet.
I
right.
mean,
So you guys are planning on going to Mid Orange in November.
Yeah, we
yeah.
don't want.
So-
Don't advertise it. We don't want people to scoop our tickets.
So Mid Orange is in the Hudson Valley of New York.
Yep.
The Hudson Valley is notorious for UFO activity, and
Mhm.
people have seen, including myself, a gray figure at Mid Orange, and some people claim that it's a gray.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
find
I
Damn.
that.
know.
Yeah.
So it's always
What's up,
weird. It
Joshua?
seems like I don't know if it's ley lines or something, but it seems like all paranormal events seem to converge at certain locations. And I know like
Yes.
the Catskills and Hudson Valley down there is kind of one of those. So I know you have a lot of things. You look around that area. You have a lot of old buildings, which old buildings obviously extend out to possibly haunted because they've been so much human energy over time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then you start, we were talking about it on our podcast, or maybe I can't remember. The conversation blurs if it was on the podcast or it was the post conversation afterwards. But yeah, where there are ghosts, there are aliens, and where there are aliens, there is a lot of other things going on too. It's
We're
just
good.
Yep. So
Oh, sorry. I was responding to that comment. You can keep talking.
Yeah.
I've lost it now. Lost the train of thought. I was
So
rambling.
if you guys do end up going to Mid Orange, go a little bit early, stop at Pine Bush, which is not too far from there. So maybe like
Yep.
half hour, 40 minutes. Go through their museum. You guys are gonna love it. It really goes into they go through all like the
Yep.
ley lines, the magnetic field and gravitational anomalies of the Hudson Valley that kind of give reason why there's so much UFO activity there.
I knew nothing about Pine Bush. I was driving from the Shanley the next morning up back north, right? Because it's north. Yeah, that makes sense.
Pine Bush would be south of
No.
Shanley.
What's okay then? What there's a UFO museum that's just north of the Shanley, probably like 45 minutes. Then
Okay. Jim's got flashbanged.
Oh
maybe,
no, I'm sorry. I was actually looking. So there's this thing Sean shared to me a while back, and it actually
okay.
is like an updated list of like all the UFO sightings in like North America.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
If
I
you,
don't
I can
remember
share that.
this.
I can share that if you want on the screen.
If
Well,
you're able to, if you're able to share your screen, then do it. I'm not.
Just close all
Hey,
the other tabs.
If you
Ooh.
don't want, well, hit present share tab, and then you can pick specifically which tab you want to share. If you can share your screen, I don't know if I've allowed you to, and I don't know how to allow you to if I can't.
All right.
What's
That
some
works?
folks you just
There you
yeah.
go. Zoom in a little bit for the people that are watching on a phone screen.
Yeah. So like it's constantly getting updated all the time. Like it was
Damn.
it was published in 2020, but people are constantly just updating it with like sightings that they see.
Maybe
And
I'm
it's
not on a high enough definition.
Just covered
I
up
can't
his
see.
face.
I just see a map right now.
it's like the UFO keeps getting smaller as you move in. But yeah, like so you can see
What's
like more of a
the
broad. So like over here, like New Jersey, Pennsylvania. There's a lot in New Jersey actually.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Philly. That's Philly. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I think when
Lot-
you get to populated centers, right, you might have some skewing of reports, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
true.
I lived near Philly for a long time, and there's a lot of uh UFO type things in the skies, and really it just comes down to it's it's the airport there,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
and people kind of assume that they're UFOs because when you get a plane that's in a holding pattern, it can look kind of weird.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
Ernie,
Yeah.
the
So
fellow UPS man.
there's
How-
another sightings UFO sightings website, uapsightings.org, which actually has my sighting listed on there.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was coming home. I was out at doing some shopping. I was coming home at night, and so I live in the middle of nowhere. It's a long empty road to get to my small town, and so I'm coming down, and I see an exceptionally bright light in the sky a ways off through the trees, and it looks like it's blinking. But I'm like, all right, well, I mean, this was in the spring, so there weren't quite leaves on the trees yet. Like, all right, there's trees, they're just blocking the light. It's not really blinking. It just maybe it's a star or whatever. Keep on going. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. So now I'm paying attention to it, and it crosses over the top of the trees. It's in front of me above the road. And what was really weird about it is that there was two lights, and they were blinking in a in a weird way. Like airplane has colored lights. They'll have a solid white light up front, but on the wings you'll have a green and a red light, so that when you look at it, you can see which direction it's going, what side's the left and the right. The
Yeah.
same with boats. But this didn't have the green or the red lights. Just had two white lights that were blinking asynchronously. So that went, and it was going super slow, and then it goes behind the hill on the other side and just gone. So I pulled off the road, went down some back roads and whatnot, trying to find this thing again, and I couldn't find it. Went back to where I saw it, stopped, took measurements. Like, okay, how high up was it? Got the angle and all that, because I'm an engineer and I'm nerdy like that.
Yes, you are.
And then Micah Hanks has the UAP sightings .org, and he's trying to put together a database of not only people's sightings, but he's trying to pull from other databases to get one single repository. And so I put it in there just to see if anybody else saw anything like it.
What's that organization? It's not Arrow. Shoot.
What do they do?
They basically send investigators out to like check
MUFON.
on. Yeah, there we go. To check like UFO sightings and stuff like that.
Area 51?
MUFON. There we go.
MUFON.
Yeah, I got my MUFON card right here.
My only ever experience with a UFO, which I can only assume it's a UFO. Let me know what you think. Here it is. No, I'm kidding.
Was your birthplace? No, I'm just kidding.
It actually happened in my childhood home. Not in, but like on the land.
Yeah.
That was the great night. But so one summer night, or it was kind of a fall. It was in the fall. And me and my dad, we built a homemade stone campfire down by the riverbed. For those of you who don't know, I grew up country for the first 13 years of my life. I'm a country boy at heart. I know that
We can all hear it in your voice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not sure if like I was raised around like cattle, and I planted 3 huge good gardens. Like people don't expect that like out of me, but that's beside the point. So me and my dad built a campfire, and one night we were having a campfire, and we brought down the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the marshmallows. But my dad's like, "Fuck, we forgot the buns for the hot dogs." I'm like, "Okay, I'll run up the hill to the house and get them." And in dad fashion, he goes, "Yeah, I know you will, because I'm not." So
That's about
Hey, I
right.
got the buns right here.
I got them cheeks. I'm kidding.
Got that cake on you.
I got that only buns.
Trevor has no cake. Sorry.
I am not
Cake
going
is a
to,
lie.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that on this specific stream. But
We want proof, and we want it now.
I'm not going to make that.
Haunted Casket after
I-
hours. Stay tuned.
I had a very
Subscribers
dark joke in my
only.
head that would probably get this stream banned, so I'm not going to say that right now. Anyway, so
Back to
I
story.
I go up to the house, and I get the buns. I go inside the house. I get the buns.
Yeah, you
and
do.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, yeah, you do.
As you
buddy.
tell me to get back on story,
Sorry.
Now, where's Bill's button, right?
Billy, you have my address. Buy me one, bitch. No, I'm kidding.
That's what she said. Yeah, that was a bad. Continue.
Yeah.
Burn!
There, I buzzed myself. Go.
So yeah, I get my buns. I get the buns. Walk out of the house. I leave the garage because we walk through the garage to get out of the house. I step off the driveway, go to walk down the hill, and then I think, oh shit, I forgot to turn off the light in the garage, big one. So it was like an actual like light switch. It's not the garage door light. I go back into the house, and the next thing you know, I hear this humming in my ear. So then as I'm walking back, I don't think anything of it. You know how you grab like a little flap on your ear and like rub it and pull it down to like try to unpop your ear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do that and it doesn't work, and I'm like, it sounds like a analog TV's playing static in the background, like in the distance. I'm like, what the fuck? So I turn around to see if my dad's driving the 4-wheeler up the hill, because from a distance it can have a hum. Turn around, and next thing you know, in the sky, I see like this white little speck dot shooting. I'm like, oh, that's a shooting star. Cool. So maybe I think I was like maybe 10. I look up at it, and as you were taught, like as a kid, if you see a shooting star, then make a wish. I made a wish. Don't remember what the fuck it was, but I made a wish. As soon as I thought about that thing, the star stopped, shook violently in the sky for like maybe 2 seconds, and then at an even faster speed, shot the direction it came into the nothingness.
So your wish was so bad, the shooting star was like,
It just like
"What?"
fucking
It just
exploded.
noped right out of there.
listen, I
Steve.
can't help you. I'm getting out of here.
Shooting star, teach me how to talk to girls. Nope.
The shooting just shakes. You need Jesus.
Oh shit.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that happened. It came in going about 2 light years fast. Shook for about 2 seconds and then shot away going about 10 light years fast. And I literally sat
I
there.
hate to burst your bubble, but
That's
light years
really
are a
slow.
measurement of distance.
It was going 60 mph per light years fast. I'm bad at math. Shut up. I don't. That sounded funnier in my head.
It's actually
Yeah.
still there, just shaking. I'm just kidding.
It's still just pulsating.
Just eternally stuck there. But I mean,
It's
to
just a
kind of
pigeon with
roll it back a bit, but if a lot of these things work on psychic energy and intent, and it was a UFO and you directed your attention towards it,
You
And,
gave
like-
it your stutter.
It was nice having him on.
yeah, it was good. It was a
Guys,
good run.
Guys,
He made it 7 episodes.
This is the official return of Haunted Faith Live. No, fuck you. You're going down there.
Ooh, bottom right. Horrible spot.
Oh, I'm under Sean, just where I should be.
No, actually, here. So comments can block them. Oh fuck, they don't block them. God damn it. Fuck it. Oh well. Anyway,
Sean's like, I'm worthy.
I'm up top. I've ascended.
here. I'm just gonna move you up top. I'm gonna let you fondle him more. Okay.
You're just
I
a little
can feel-
puppet to me.
Oh my god.
This is
What
for
the-
all of us.
Okay, well, I'm saying, if it was a, alien spaceship and a lot of those things could be, psychically tuned, and
Yeah.
obviously rolling it back even farther, that might be the origin of Make-A-Wish, but probably not. But yeah, if you literally saw
Oh,
a spaceship
thought,
and
like-
projected your intent,
Yeah.
you could have caused something to happen, and where they
Oh, he got too
Um,
close to the truth, and they
hail
kicked him
us or
off.
something,
Oh
Close to the
shit!
truth, and it froze him.
I saw a gray in your back window.
Or he forgot to pay his internet bill.
And by the way, before we continue, for the audience out there, Bill, that was the best stutter joke I've heard in since high school. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Am I back? Did you
Yeah,
get me?
you're back.
No, you're not.
Hey, you're back on the
bottom left now.
Where did
nerd.
where did I cut out?
I am the king now. Ah.
I'll let you fondle one more. A little fucking.
I feel so skeevy now. I'm sorry. I'm violated from a half a state away.
We haven't had a single comment in 5 minutes, and that's fine. But everyone's just sitting there what the fuck am I
Yeah.
watching?
I thought this was a paranormal podcast, but here we are.
Speaking of paranormal podcasts,
Oh,
getting us
yeah.
back on track, tell us about your podcast.
Well, I'm glad you asked. As the name suggests, we are Paranormal Nut Podcast, and we broadcast mostly on YouTube. We do episodes from topics to.
We have a podcast.
that's our number one fan right there,
Sam,
Mama
oh,
Mauer.
What up, Mama Mauer? I was actually going to pull out your photo for everybody today.
Mama
Yeah,
Mauer,
so-
is that your wife?
No.
Oh.
So
She's,
this is literally
she's like our
number one
first fan.
So
Oh, okay.
I was telling you earlier, our first spot was Sachs Bridge. So we were in Gettysburg that whole weekend, and we ran into him at the haunted orphanage. Or sorry, no, we ran into him at Sachs Bridge. We talked to him. We meet with them. Just like you meet with everyone. Then the next day we meet them at the haunted orphanage. The final tour is coming out, and then we're going in for the late night private investigation. And we meet up, we talk with him, and then I don't know if Jim's got it right now,
I do.
but
I'm
she
pulling it
shows
up.
us probably one of the best paranormal pictures I've seen of, and not only one, but two apparitions on Sachs Bridge.
And we didn't
And-
even realize we didn't see the other one. Like,
Yeah, she sends it to us and goes, "Yeah, look at this this ghost I caught." And we're looking at it, and it can kind of look like a Civil War soldier. I don't want to describe it until it's on screen because it kind of ruins the magic. But
I'll ruin your magic.
ooh.
Ooh.
But
anyway, I
going
don't know
back,
what
while
that.
Jim pulls that up, we are a podcast on YouTube. We do topics, interviews, reactions to paranormal videos, and investigations. We've been
Okay.
heavily, during the summer and fall, we hammer out investigations a lot more frequently. So we've had actually airing tonight, an hour or at 7 p.m. earlier. We aired our investigation of Powers Inn and Pub, a fun night. Me, Jim, and our cameraman Steve investigated one of our local haunts. And it's really interesting because it's one of those places that they end up like locally, everyone knows it as haunted. And it's a building from like the 1700s, like early America kind of place. And there's so many stories associated with it. But no one's really been in there to investigate it. I know one of I call her my second mom, but psychic medium Katie Manning Hilton. She's been there a few times doing psychic readings, but never an overnight investigation. So to the best of my knowledge, we were the first team to really get in there and do a proper investigation. So that's out there now. Check it out. It's an hour, 20 minutes. It's great. We have a good time. We catch a few things. Nothing that's going to blow your mind. I'm not going to, sometimes you just don't get the full body apparition every single time. But we had some fun.
we never get
good.
it.
Yeah, we know. Well, Mama Maurer got it. All we had to do was wait 5 minutes at Sachs Bridge and take some pictures.
I got the photo ready.
Okay.
Let's see it.
So we'll reset the stage, and Mama Maurer pulls us aside and shows
that's
us
pretty.
this. And can you zoom in on the left right there?
Oh
see-
shit! Yeah.
and he's carrying what looks to be maybe the butt
It's
of a
better
rifle.
when it's not so zoomed in because it's not
Yeah.
so blurry. But yeah.
Now that's very interesting, and it's kind of like almost like a half apparition. But then we go, Mama Maurer, you didn't just get one. Look at the guy on the right who's completely transparent.
Oh shit!
Whoa, you can see the wood but through his arm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
his on his left shoulder walking away or right shoulder walking to you.
Look at his legs too.
Yeah, that's
So-
crazy.
So it's just baffling that she got two apparitions, and we talked to her before, and or during when she was showing this, and we're like, no, there's no one that was there that was that shape and size. Like that couldn't have been some sort of trick of the light. I know you have the very bright light in the back; it's casting a very weird shadow.
But it wouldn't make somebody transparent like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not a scientist or a forensic analyst.
It's almost
but
like
I
they have
know-
a core right here. Like in
I
the middle.
think that's light reflection, or not reflection, but like an orb.
Wait, is there
like
a
a
face
light-
too? Look at that. There's a face.
Maybe that could just
Yeah,
be pareidolia.
I think that's the beam. that's
Oh,
the
down
beam
here?
behind it.
No,
you-
no.
on
in
the
his
guy's
actual
face.
Yeah.
On
No,
his
do you see
actual
the face?
face.
Do you see the face down here though?
No, I don't.
No,
Oh, yeah,
I think
dude.
that's
Yeah.
more.
That's
I think that's
pareidolia for sure.
paranoia, and that's the light. But I
Okay,
think
that
that's
makes sense.
lens flaring from the street light that's in the back and the camera. So you have lens flaring going through this person, and they're transparent. This is I don't know. I would like to talk to somebody who knows more about actual lighting and cameras and photography, maybe. But this just blew our minds.
All right, so I'm gonna blow your minds a little bit more
Oh,
because that looks eerily familiar to another photo from Sachs Bridge.
I think I know the exact one you're about to pull up because I did a lot of digging after I saw this photo.
Yeah. Let's see.
Unless it's a private one you have.
Oh,
Nope.
Yeah,
That one right there. That
Mhm.
looks very similar to
Yeah.
that photo.
I
yeah.
wish I could do side by side.
Here, send me both, and I'll do it.
Throw it up in a quick editor real quick.
Yeah,
but
DM our group chat and you guys talk for a couple of minutes and I'll do that.
So back to our number one fan, Mama Mauer. Then we ended up running into her at Paranormal, the Penhurst Paracon. So,
And Jim,
no matter where we go, she's popping up everywhere.
Jim, send me the pic that you showed first.
Yep.
He sent it to the wrong chat. You sent it to me, Jim.
Well, no, I sent it to you originally so I could download it onto the computer.
There, I got it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I will be right back. You guys have.
Yeah. So, it was.
So welcome to the Bill, Jim, and Sean show.
All right.
All right, no shirts.
Trevor who?
Trevor
exactly. But yeah, like I was saying, back to our podcast and YouTube, obviously our full investigation of Stacksbridge and the Witching Tree, Ida's Tree, that is on there, and also the Haunted Orphanage. You can view that now. Like, subscribe. You know how it works. We love you guys. You guys love us.
Hit that button.
Hit that button.
So I'm gonna tell you an interesting story about Stacksbridge.
Okay.
So whenever we go down there, we usually try to go to Stacksbridge earlier in the morning, like 9-10 o'clock, because nobody's there then. And we've ended up getting some like beautiful photos of the bridge, not paranormal, just regular photos. But the one time me and my fiance were the only people there. So we had some equipment with us. We threw out some cat balls and REM pods and started investigating. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and we started getting reactions. The cat balls are going off, the REM pods are going off. And then another couple comes in and they were also paranormal investigators. So they started investigating with us. And then my fiance wandered off and all the activity stopped. Nothing.
Oof.
Wow.
She comes back onto the bridge and things start going off again.
Yeah.
So whatever was there liked her.
It's very interesting because some people just attract the activity. That's just how it is. They're more sensitive, or what I think it is. And I don't know your fiance, but if I were to, and again, just for everyone, I've never met your fiance.
Nope.
Does she have a very open personality where normal people like talking to her?
Yeah, people like talking to her. She doesn't necessarily like talking to others.
Yeah, and, that's like, I find that people who naturally have that, get along with people, or like people like them, because what is a ghost? It's a human intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
We think that is the going theory. Yeah, wow, that is side by side.
That is spot on. Holy crap!
Now that I'm seeing this, it's weird where you don't see where the apparition ends and the shadow begins, right? Because it looks like there's almost a shadow to the apparition as well.
The one on the left, yeah.
So, and then he's got kind of the hat, the squared off head on both of them, which is probably
like a Civil War
which
hat.
is that? Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
I'm trying to look what the name is. Civil War hat.
Yeah, and for anybody listening who doesn't know the story of Stacksbridge, after the Battle of Gettysburg, when Lee's army was retreating, they had to cross Sachs Bridge in order to get out of there. So this is, every wounded soldier, every non-wounded soldier, every single person had to cover or go past go over Sachs Bridge. The story goes, and I've never found any actual historical evidence to support this, but the story is that there was a couple deserters that Lee caught and hung from the rafters of Sachs Bridge, so that if anybody else wanted to desert, they knew what was coming to them.
Yeah, I hear it's either deserters or some people think they were spies.
Yeah, somebody said spies.
I've heard both. I've heard deserters more often, but like I said, I haven't found any historical evidence to support that.
Yeah, and that bridge was I think it's so haunted because it was a makeshift hospital when they were leaving too. So like they would do like the amputations and all that, and a lot of people were dying.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you another Gettysburg story that does not make me look good.
I mean, it's your funeral, so
it was So I went down to Gettysburg with my brother. It was the very first time I was doing any kind of paranormal investigation in Gettysburg. So we did one of the paid for investigations with the Gettysburg Paranormal Society, and we went to this old farmhouse that was used as a field hospital. And out back,
I know the one. Yep.
there's these 2 divots, and one divot was a mass grave. The other one was a kind of a mass grave, but it was just all the arms and legs from amputations.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing an investigation. We're getting a lot of good stuff. And then one of the investigators said, maybe we should say something a little bit more meaningful. So I stepped up to talk, and I gave this short little monologue of, how awful war is, and how traumatic it is, and all the horrible things that come along with it, and the things that these people had to endure, and the cost of war. I kept bringing up the cost of war, and then I finished it with saying, and I heard it cost an arm and a leg.
I knew as soon as you started, I was like, he's gonna finish this off with an arm and leg joke.
I did. At that point, I was asked to leave.
Well, here's the
really?
thing.
First person to ask me to leave was my brother.
Wow.
Oh, that's the thing to circle. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
I'm like looking at the stance in the photos, and they both like literally like the legs are the same way, like the way they're walking.
Yeah, and the right arm too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a very I don't know, was anyone in marching band in middle school or high school?
Nerd.
Yeah, right.
I played.
I was in
bad.
orchestra.
Yeah.
Wait, did anyone here play sports, Jim?
Yeah, I played
I
football
also
and rugby.
played sports.
And wrestling.
Okay.
I'll outsport you so hard. But anyway,
I was also on the chess team.
I was also in the military. So the way you're taught to, kind of march, it looks to me more like a kind of that rolling foot.
Yeah,
I
when
don't
you're
think
about
if
to do it.
anyone's going to know what I talked about, but like to keep your like head the same level, you do this kind of rolling foot march where everything's like in line when you're walking, and that kind of looks very similar to that.
He looks like he's about to do an about face.
Also could be doing that too, yeah, because the very similar foot position.
Like that could be like he still thinks he's patrolling the bridge.
Yeah, kind of doing like almost like an honor guard kind of walk where you're taking a deliberate amount of steps.
And
Go
ahead, Trevor.
Do you think he's stuck like that on a constant loop, or you just catch him at the same time every time?
I'm glad you asked that, because that's exactly what I was about to bring up.
Was he
Okay.
a residual?
It is
or
not. It is not residual, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Sachs Bridge flooded multiple times, and to save the bridge and preserve it from being completely destroyed, they raised it 2 feet up. So there are residual sightings there at Sachs Bridge, and every time they see it, it's from the knee up. So the knees are on the ground. Their feet are on the ground, are on the bridge. So that can't be residual, because the bridge is 2 feet higher now than it was then.
Maybe he just jumped up.
No, then he wouldn't be residual.
Or he's hanging from the top.
That's true.
Think about that.
I don't.
That one, you're good.
The one on the right, does not look like it's hanging. The one on the left, maybe.
I would argue it's the other, because the one on the right has the arm kind of limp, while this guy's kind of very tucked
Big
in.
step.
Big step. Yeah.
Bill, some people like to skip steps.
Hey, we don't
Trevor,
judge out loud. No, that's a lie.
When you see Trevor at a con, he's usually skipping around like a little girl. It's amusing.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get away from all the responsibility. I'm kidding.
I kind of got
can't
that
hear
vibe.
you over my skipping.
Hell, I during the Warren's Paracon, the first ever one that I went to, I was literally skipping from one place to another because I just saw Annabelle. I'm like, I was giddy for this.
Why didn't you come to the last one? Me and Jim were
Because I'm coming to the soiree,
you are.
and the last Phantasmicon that I went to was October a weekend in October.
Yep.
And I was going to plan my trip around that. But this time it was the last weekend of September, and I thought there was going to be 2 of them. But it turns out they just moved it back a month, and I didn't know that.
When's the soiree?
The
The
28th.
the
26th.
26th.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah,
26th.
The
you have
soirees
something
on
to do on the
I'm
28th.
gonna show up at the New Jersey on the 28th.
the soirees.
Where is everyone?
That is the worst advertising ever. Party performers get drunk, EDM party on a Monday night.
And you get a chance to meet Jim's biggest friend, Patty Negri.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
told her
the-
the story.
She is
I
our
told her-
biggest friend.
Yeah.
I thought you were about
Wait,
to say
did you tell him
I
what
told
happened?
him the story pre-stream. Yeah.
She just came around the corner. I'm just like, oh, Patty, what's up?
And she's like, "Oh, these must be
Oh,
people
oh.
I know from the circuit." You know, like
I think you said the circus for a second.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
same
gonna
Same thing.
brag a little bit. So Patty Negri is famous for not using ghost hunting equipment,
Right.
except for one REM pod that looks like a candle that I
Ooh,
made.
Damn right.
So
Shut the fuck up, man. I'm kidding.
I have seen her
Me-
use pieces of equipment though.
she does use them, but
Yeah.
very, very rarely.
No, what I've seen, because most of what I see, she's guest appearing on a lot of things, and
Yeah.
it's normally someone else's stuff that she's using.
Right. Yeah. So herself does not
Yeah.
own or use a lot of equipment, but the one that she uses most often is one that I made.
Hmm.
Which
That is cool.
that's kind of
Hell
cool.
yeah.
I'm
The
quite
one
proud of
thing,
that.
the one thing I don't like that I saw that she was using at Penhurst, it was dowsing rods, and
Oh, had lights in it.
and it was like, yeah, it was this like LED lit up dowsing rods. I'm like, I thought the point of dowsing rods is they were supposed to be made of like certain metals,
Copper.
yeah,
It-
copper
it-
or silver
Alright.
or something like that.
I've used those dowsing rods.
The
They're kind
LED
of
ones?
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
the
I've
RGB
used them.
You
gamer.
see Bill just twirling them around as he goes.
Not like that.
So I like using just solid copper dowsing rods, but then you have to have a light so you can see what's going on. Those the light up ones, you don't have to. And then I saw somebody use them in a very unique way because you could change the color on them. So I saw somebody change one to green and one to red and use them to ask yes no questions. That was really cool. I'm like, oh, that's a fantastic way to use those.
Yeah, but you could still do that left, right? Well, then you gotta
You can, but
specify
it makes
your
it-
left. Yeah,
Yeah,
it makes it more universal, I guess.
I'll
it's more
take two.
universal and it's a lot easier for people, especially if you have a bigger group there. It's easier for them to kind of see what's going on, and so they're not my favorite to use, but I do like them.
I honestly don't know where this cash came
You
from.
want to hear my
I-
least favorite piece of
Came
equipment
from-
out there?
Yes.
The goddamn music boxes.
Hate them.
Walk into a room and all you hear is this creepy music. The ghost hunt's already creepy as it is. Why
Yeah.
why are you doing this to us?
I love music boxes, but they have scared the shit out of me so many times.
That one that when we were at Penhurst and we were just like walking down the hallway, we're like, "What's that noise?" And then we look up, and I'm like,
Well,
"Fucking
so we
music
were
box again."
doing most of our. Oh, we lost him. We lost him.
Oh,
Did he ban himself?
what the fuck?
Committed host Sabuku?
I'm guessing his
Sudoku?
dogs are making some noise
Ah.
because like his connection's still there.
Hmm.
He's just gone. Okay, but do you know one piece of equipment that I hate for a very weird reason?
What's that?
The original K2, like the $5 ones you get off of Amazon.
Yeah, the 5
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah, not because of
Oh,
how they
yeah.
work. They work fine if you know how to use them and place them right. Not every time, most times I give them to a guest, I'll say, hey, don't bang these, don't drop them because they will spike if you like tap them.
Don't give one to Sean.
And they go,
Yeah.
and all right, I'm like, either hold it in your hand or place it down softly, butt first, then the head. And then they go, all right. And then they'll hand it to their sister that didn't hear anything. And then she goes, and then I'll see them sit down like in a room and like do something. As soon as they slam it down, all the way red. They're like, oh my God, there's a ghost beside me. I'm like,
Oh, the
I get
K2
myself
meters?
with that all the time
Yeah.
because I'll set
Alright.
it down really fast and
Yeah.
they're like, oh wait, nah, like I just.
unpopular opinion. K2s are the worst piece of ghost hunting equipment you can possibly
It's
use.
not. It's
agree.
literally the opinion that we were talking
Or-
Yeah,
about.
because like
And-
if you use them,
I think it's only
Expert-
for like people like trying to get not attention, but like just for show on a investigation. That's all. That's all. It's
yeah.
So I'm an electromagnetics engineer. It's what I do for a living. I don't like using the K2s because they're so precisely made to do one thing, and that's to work at 60 hertz, 120 volts. They're meant for electricians just to see if something's, live or not. So they're not really meant to do what we use them for. And using EMF meters the way that most paranormal investigators use them is flat out wrong. And I'll explain why. Dr. Michael Persinger, who is the reason that we use EMF meters in the first place, he's the guy who invented the God helmet and did all this research to find that, the link between EMF and ghosts and that. But the way he said that we need to use EMF meters is to find an area of high EMF and then sit there, because the high levels of EMF will allow you to connect with the spirits. It's not an indication that the spirits are there. And that's what people,
That's smart.
they misinterpret his papers, and they're just like, oh, well, high EMF, I'm going to see a ghost. That means the ghosts are there. No, it means that you can connect with the spirit there.
So, in my recent video that just came out at 7 p.m. on YouTube, I do, I have a whole. So I use, I forget the model EMF detector we use, but it's a pretty rugged one. So
it's industrial.
the
Military
entire night, well, not the entire night, so like 3 separate occasions, 2 different devices call out 11, and we're like, what could this mean, right? We have it on 2 separate devices. So we had the spirit box say 11, and then we had our Ovulus say 11. So the spirits are trying to tell us 11 multiple times.
11.
Yeah. So
which is a very meaningful number.
Yeah. We talk to our host, and our host like, the only thing that comes up to my mind is we have a table 11. So we go to table 11 and we start getting high EMF spikes. And so I start doing the sweep of trying to deduce what's going on. And I did find like an area of network cabling on the other side of the wall. So I kind of like wrote it off. But are you about to... Jim? But while we were there, before I kind of like, oh, it's just this network cabling, I was still getting the spikes and I hadn't found out the network cabling. We were getting some activity with our flux going off as we were sitting there trying to reach out and communicate. So that's good to know. And you can see me using it wrong
on a video that they dropped at
You
7
used it wrong, but got the correct results.
Yes.
You successfully failed.
Exactly. We do a lot of that. We fall upward here.
Well, that video we had there was a lot of intelligent responses. Like, so we went in. So me and what was her name?
Cheryl.
There we go. I always mess up. I always call her Sherry.
Well, she goes by Sherry, but her name's
Yeah,
Cheryl.
Cheryl. So I called her Charlene.
She did say anything with a sh in it, I'll respond.
So we went into the kitchen.
Did you try shut up?
I would not say shut up to Sherry.
Keep going.
So we went into the kitchen to do like some investigations, and so like it started out pretty good. So I went in there. I'm like talking. I'm doing like a spirit box talk, and I'm like, "Oh, is anybody there?" Literally 2 seconds later, something like falls and like loud smash from the freezer, right?
And it wasn't me dropping something this time.
It wasn't him dropping. He dropped his camera on the road outside Eisenhower Bridge. The Canon
$1,600 camera. break it out,
XA60 he
just
dropped.
drops it on the street.
Damn.
Works
The
fine,
dust
though.
cover just flies off. No,
Yeah,
but so
we spent
Definitely
like
should have gone out with you
5
guys that
minutes.
night.
Yeah. Yep.
oh,
It
you
was-
didn't miss much. It was actually kind of
You
creepy.
missed me
just
being an
walking
idiot,
with like
but-
with the
That's why I should have been there.
me trying to fly a drone through a bridge at night.
That was probably the best part. Tell everyone like back up, back up, back up.
Didn't get a good shot anyway because it was too dark.
Dude, you know that Neil deGrasse Tyson meme that meow.
Yeah.
I don't. Think
Watch
I
out
did.
for the drone. Meow.
But to continue on to Powers, we got a lot. Like the intelligent response was like, so it kept on saying mini chef. Like it said mini chef like 3 times, and
Yeah. So you.
Well, it
the
said it twice.
Ovilist.
It said it
Go
twice
ahead.
on the Ovilist. It said it once on the Spirit Box. And so one of the chefs that worked there was named.
He's really
his
short?
nickname was yeah. His nickname was Mini Chef,
Yep.
and it
Oh.
popped up on the Ovilist and the Spirit Box. And then
that's kind of awesome.
and
Yeah.
then a couple of times it said herd. And so I guess I was
Yeah.
like,
Me and
I
Jim
was
were like, we don't know what this means.
We don't know what this means. And then Cheryl's like, oh, they say that when the order comes in, herd, like the order's herd, or what was it? Dropped food.
It's
No, it might be when an order comes in. They say
Yeah.
herd a lot, so we got that, and then we got the Ovilus
Well,
doing its devil bull crap in the basement.
If you're saying like when the chefs say herd,
Yeah,
that's usually because I used to work in the food industry.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's usually when it's a local place, not corporate, to where like all of your orders are on tickets, and you don't have time to look at all the orders. Usually, if the waitress has a food that can be put on the grill or be cooked for a long time, to where you can let it cook and sit there for a little bit, they'll usually will say steak, a side of fries, mashed potatoes, something, and that'll give a cue to the chef, and he'll go herd, and he'll throw some in, but he'll let it sit there and wait. So that way, once he's done cooking the present order, by the time he's done, the other order will be done as well.
okay.
So it's basically like got you putting it in now type shit.
Yeah,
So the mini chef had been fired like a week before we got there.
he was
and
supposed to be on the hunt. Yeah,
He was supposed to be on the hunt because apparently the ghost, like, he would communicate with them and he would like whatever the responses is. I don't know the exact stories. We didn't get them firsthand from him, but Cheryl was telling us that like he was somewhat sensitive, and he would actually like treat the ghost as people and like talk to them as if they were like always just hanging out with them in there. So it's kind of sad. They're like, well, where's Mini Chef? Where's Mini Chef? Bring, and it's like, well, he's not coming back. Sorry. But
That's kind of amazing intelligent responses, though.
yeah, it was crazy. And,
Well, I also did a knock where and I was like, if you're there, tap back, and then something actually tapped back
yeah.
as well.
But I mean, because a tap or a knock can be coincidental, which, especially this is why I don't like knocking.
Well, I tapped and it came from the other
Yeah.
side of the kitchen.
Well, if you're in an old building, you tap like this wall, you jostle everything. You might get a knock over here because something's shifting, right?
yeah.
I don't
Well, I
like
mean,
knocks as much.
That's why I like doing the shave and a haircut,
Yes.
because then
'Cause
it's you're giving it one pattern and you need a different pattern back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Exactly. So it's intelligent, and that's such an old song or tune, if you will. Everyone knows it.
Yep.
So
I think that's from the turn of the century, I believe.
we're getting near an
Yeah.
hour and 20. This doesn't feel like an hour and 20.
It doesn't.
no, I mean I'm good to go as long as you guys are. As long as we got adoring fans in the masses.
We can keep talking for about like an hour and 20, and then I'll debut the video, and then we could see what people think. It's gonna be shit. I know. Shut the hell up, Jim. Shut up.
He's got his hate comment typed
got my
already,
hate-
and he's
I got
just
my.
waiting to-
I'm going into troll mode.
But
I've seen better videos from a baboon.
I have two on do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel. Except that
I am kind of surprised. I thought, Trevor, you'd be too young to know that song.
how old do you think I am?
Young enough. That was
27. I'm
popular when I
almost
was in high school.
same. Yeah.
I'm like 15 years older than you, dude.
That's
No,
that math doesn't work.
you're how
No.
you are how old?
I'm gonna be 40 in December.
You're not 40 yet, so you're
39.
11 years. That's
So Bad Touch came out in 1999, but I do believe in the early 2000s, I think it was one of those stoner comedies made it like resurge, and that's where. How old are you again, Trevor?
I'm 27.
Yeah, so
I was born in 96.
yeah, because I'm 31, and you know I heard Bad Touch, but then there was like a weird resurgence, and I don't remember the movie, but like one of those stoner
Footloose?
comedies used it.
See, I had a cousin growing up. He's like my brother. Uh, he's the one that introduced me to metal music. He sat me down one day and goes, "Hey, bro, have you ever heard of Inside the Fire by Disturbed?" And that's where it all started. But he's the one that would always be into like that weird music shit. And one day we were playing some Pokemon Stadium on N64, and there was always a glitch in that game with Geodude, to where Geodude, whenever he summoned, if you don't know what Geodude is, Pokemon, it's a rock with fists. It's like a floating rock with fists that does this. And so whenever you throw him out, according to the trailer of the game, he's supposed to come out like strongman, but instead his arms just come out like lower thirds. And then I make the joke and I go, "Why is he fisting himself?" And then my cousin goes, "Because he's doing it like they do it on the Discovery Channel." It didn't make sense. We were like fucking 9, but I was like, "What?" And he goes, "You ever heard that song?" And I go, "No." And he played it, and he goes, "It's a clip from a movie." And
Waiting,
and
I think it was in.
and I go, "Oh," and he played it. We laughed, and then every time we went to like the zoo or like made a sex joke, we always point at each other and go, "Like the Discovery Channel, right?" It was a whole thing. But
Back to the paranormal.
Yeah,
that's why I paused.
no, let's talk Pokemon speedrun.
You just killed 3 minutes of our 7 that we had left,
If you're
Trevor.
gonna talk Pokemon, at least Ghastly and Haunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Okay, what happened to Gengar? Fuck you.
Ghastly's better.
It's more ghosty.
Let's talk Casper. Okay, Casper the Friendly Ghost. All right. On that note, since we're talking about Pokemon and having some awkward silence, everyone, I'll do a little shout out
All
here.
my dates go. I don't know.
What?
So that's how all my dates go. I'll start talking about Pokemon, awkward silence, and then it ends.
No
Sorry,
bell
go ahead.
tonight, Bill?
So, for those of you who know Bell tonight, he has a bell. He just is too scared to buzz it because I buzzed him already.
There it is.
So, for those of you who don't know, I started a found footage production company. I say it's a company. It's a branch of Haunted Faith.
Hey, that's a company.
Yeah. And so my AC kicked on. I thought someone was knocking on the door. Anyway, so I created 5 short films out the gate. I will be at the Rhode Island. God damn it.
Rock Island.
The Rock Island Roadhouse Paracon on Saturday.
Roadhouse.
Cat hair in my mouth. Nice. Come see me.
Cat hair, sure, yeah.
He's got cat hair in his mouth. Go see him.
And yeah, and so I released It's All a Mystery, which is not only just a conceptual way to think how my content's going to be, how my content's going to be promoted, but also kind of my motto of the whole production itself. I also did deluxe Ouija board. Uh, I had footage left over from Get Haunted at Fairfield County Infirmary. Didn't know what the fuck to do with it, so I turned it into a found footage film the best I could. You can see a zoom in of Bill looking like he's shitting himself. That's funny. Um, and and I made a ad that's not an ad for Ghosted Magazine. Thank you. And that was the 4. What I'm about to show you is the 5th. So if you guys are ready,
Do
I
you,
will
do,
show.
you- do you want to give these guys a chance to promote before you show that?
Oh yes, go right ahead.
All right, we are Paranormal Nut Podcast. I am Sean. That is Jim.
Hey,
We're
guys.
on YouTube, Facebook. The links down below to our link tree, which will also give you our X that we kind of use, and our Instagram, which we do use.
Patreon. Don't forget about the Patreon,
Don't
buddy.
forget about Patreon. You know, we do podcast episodes with interviews, with reactions, with topics, and we do paranormal investigations. Check us out, and I will turn it back to you for your found footage.
Don't forget
Links
about Only
below.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Why did that post as me? Oh, it
It-
posted as both. It posted.
It did
Oh
to
yeah,
all of us.
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, do I have access to Empty Casket? And you have access to Haunted Faith?
Oh, you know what? It probably posted to Get Haunted as Get Haunted, to Empty Casket as Empty Casket, as to Haunted Faith as Haunted
Oh,
Faith.
sure.
We're seeing all 3 of them.
Fair enough. On that note, this video pays homage to everyone here in the Get Haunted network. It pays homage to Jim, Sean, Bill, me, everyone in chat. Literally everyone in chat. Thank you all so much for being the good. I'm Sarah. You came in at the right time. I'm about to air this shit. Hello. So I'm gonna steal a quote from Sarah. You all are the good in the community, like as a whole, and without Get Haunted and without the network itself, I probably wouldn't be in the paranormal anymore. But that's a story that I've already told a million times. You can find that if you want. I'm not gonna do that again. But on that note, here is a key we hold together. I want to take everyone off screen just so we can go full screen. And on that note, here we go.
Hey, guys.
Well, welcome back. My name is Haunted Faith, and tonight I want to talk about a paranormal dream. Let's go.
And you guys are gonna work together for the first half of the night. You got this device that
Because for me, along my journey, I went from wearing this to wearing this, and I couldn't be happier. But even though I am wearing this, and I am Get Haunted, deep down in my soul, because of Get Haunted, I still feel like I'm wearing this still. And because of you and who you are and what you do and the energy you put out with Get Haunted, that energy, that drive, that kindness is a key that we hold together. Why is it still low? Thank you.
I don't want to
Very
clap
nice.
loud and blow out everyone's ears.
How many
Yeah,
times you practiced that in front of your mirror, buddy?
It was good. It was good though.
No, it was good. It was good.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I just need to make it public on YouTube, but I'll do that after this. But yeah,
Well done, Trevor.
thank you.
Well done. Bravo Zulu, sir.
What, Rob? What?
Bravo Zulu? It's like a
Oh,
merit thing in the military or in the Navy anyway.
I think you said Rob a Zulu. I'm like,
No, Bravo Zulu.
Bravo Zulu. Okay. But yeah.
There's quite a few shots of Rob's ass.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh
You
shit.
think what's keeping me here? No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? Same. You know.
I am a little curious as to, before you showed that, why Jim took over the stream there for a little bit.
Yeah, it was just me.
Because as a moderator built in this, you can see how the behind the scenes has a scroll down option. He was on the lower half of that, and I had to scroll down.
So funny. It became Get Jim for a minute.
Hey, well, whatever. I'm not gonna make that joke. That would be
Welcome to
harmful.
the Jim Show, buddy.
Yeah.
This is where the
It's
cream always rises to the top.
I will say, as somebody who's kind of very new to the community and seeing all the Get Haunted people and being quote unquote an outsider, I never really felt like an outsider from the minute I started meeting all of you people. You guys seem really interesting. You seem really great, and stuff like that, just like that kind of tribute video, really kind of kind of sells me on the entire community.
Yeah, I'm just one person out of 4,500.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what people said about Jim Jones too. I'm just kidding.
And let's keep in mind, 4,500. That's just the members on Facebook.
Yeah.
Get Haunted's footprint is a lot bigger than
Oh,
just
yeah.
the people on Facebook.
My brain was like, what's a number you know for a fact that represents Get Haunted? I'm like, their Facebook page. Shit.
But the whole concept behind Get Haunted is to be able to bring all the podcasters, YouTubers, teams, location owners, all of them together so that we help each other. We help help grow each other. Wherever you need assistance on anything, we're there for you. We advertise for you, we promote for you, and everyone does it for us. That's what this is all meant to be, is just everyone coming together to support each other.
Yeah,
and one little shout out for someone who's like me but not like me. I'll explain. So I make similar me and Dom from Next to Kin. As far as advertising goes, right, and the content that we make on that end, our content is the same, but he does it in such a cinematic, upbeat, hype way that my brain doesn't work like that. Mine's more like found footage grunge. But like, I saw the process at Billy Creek or at ISS Con a few months back. I didn't know what he was doing. I saw him have the camera out. He was filming, so I knew he was filming for something. But if anyone here doesn't know Next of Kin Paranormal with Dom and Joe, go check them out.
I have a bone to pick with Dom and Jim. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
drop
they were
this
never
bomb
there
on-
when we came over. By
Every
the way.
time we specifically, because you said, hey, go meet Dom and Joe. They see, next of kin. They're very, great people. Every time we went to go meet them at their booth, they were not there. And I am mad and I'm starting paranormal drama.
Oh, hey, Sierra, this is for you.
See, Sierra, I'm gonna buzzer you in person at the soiree. So get ready.
Ooh, that didn't come out right.
Not at
You want
all.
to roll that back?
Want to try that again?
I'm gonna buzzer you. What buzzer?
Ooh, it sounds even worse the second time.
What does that sound like?
Nothing good, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's too ambiguous.
I'm gonna buzz you so hard later. No, I'm kidding.
God damn it! I
Yeah.
don't.
I'm
You
uncomfy
should.
now.
I'm going to manually press a button in front of you. How about that?
It's better, but it's not good.
That actually might be worse.
Okay, what am I not picking up here?
Buzzer can be a stand-in for a lot of different words.
So
Okay,
play button.
I'm lost on
Female
that.
labia, for instance. No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
We know you didn't mean it like that.
I now I'm uncomfortable. I have special permission to buzz the buzzer for you anytime I want.
But
Yes, you do. And apparently I don't for you, but that's okay. Apparently buzzer is a ting slang term for human being stuff, and I am
Human
unaware.
being stuff.
I
What are you?
I told you he was born on a UFO. No, I'm kidding.
we got him.
We finally
He
got
admitted
you.
it.
We've been waiting this whole time.
Oh,
See me rip
shit.
off my shirt. I
This
got
president-
like a
we got
CIA or FBI.
That fucking meme of the FBI agents in the Jason Bourne show, how like, they get up and slam their mic down like Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
You know what? I think I had to bring this to the soiree.
Do it. Do it.
Every time we hear the buzzer go off, we're just gonna take a shot.
Yes.
Maybe I'll
Di-
charge people to walk up to Trevor and buzz them.
Do
You
you
can
know
rent
what-
the buzzer for 5 minutes
I'll
and
make a
follow
fortune.
Trevor around.
I know this is kind of bad, but it's like known across like the internet. Do you know what me and my friends here at home, our like pre-gaming like drinking song is? It doesn't happen often, but it's like once a month. The Asian version of Bill Nye the Science Guy, because instead of saying Bill, it sounds like they're saying beer, 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 beer.
All right.
I promise you.
Steven, you were wrong.
I thought this was a family. Oh no, I mark everything on my content on YouTube is not safe for children, and that's where I am streaming to.
Coming
That's
from
where
a
your
person who's
comments
been
are.
digging deeper.
I'm digging deeper into Steven, yeah. Ooh. Okay, I think we're okay. It's an hour and a half. I'm Trevor.
Yeah, this
We
is going
have
off the
Jim,
rails.
Sean, and Bill.
There were never
Sean-
any rails.
Sean and Jim are from the Paranormal Nutcast. Be sure to check out. If I can scroll on these banners, be sure to check
You
out.
guys should start using Paranormal Nutcast. That sounds funny.
We might have to trade. Get on the trademark, Jim.
I'm
we
doing it right
have
now.
GetHaunted.com. Check it out. They're Get Haunted. They're everything paranormal. Supernatural Soiree. What we were just talking about. Come see
Well, I'll be
Bill
there.
press. Bill, come see Bill press the buzzer live, in person, in front of me. I might punch him. Up next, we have GhostedMagazine.com. Their 1-year anniversary issue is out now. And if you aren't sold on it, go check out my a small part of home short film. Go check it out. It'll make you buy it. If not, then you
So-
you suck.
Real quick, funny story about Ghosted Magazine.
Okay.
So I bought their 2 latest issues while I was at the Warren's Paracon this weekend.
Yeah.
And in the one that has Mike and April on the front, they also have a article on Nesper in there. So I
Yeah.
had all the Nesper guys sign it. I had Mike and April sign it. When I got to Dan from Nesper, said, "Hey Dan, can you sign this for me?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." And he picks it up and he looks at it for a second, goes, "I'm gonna sign on April's face," and just signs right across her face.
Oh my god.
So then I go and I get Mike and April to sign it, and April stops and goes, "Who the hell signed on my face?"
That's great.
A little quick funny story about the Nesper team. And it'll be quick. I was helping them unload and get ready for the Devils on the Run tour at MSP, and I was helping them getting off shelves and tables from their back seat, and Dan, I guess, just didn't pay attention and handed me like this like poster board case thing, and he goes, "Here," and I go, "Okay, cool," and I carry it, and then Wade meets me halfway and stops and goes, "Is that what I think it is?" And I go, "I don't know what's in here," and he goes, and he peeks inside and he goes, "Oh no!" He grabs it out of my hand and gives it to the other man I forget his name,
Chris?
Chris, yes. He gives it to Chris and he goes, "Chris, take," and he goes, "Okay." He takes it. At the end, Wade looks at me and goes, "Are you religious at all?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "Well, show your energy and I want to spray some holy water like on you." I'm like, "Okay." He did it and he goes, "Do you know what you just touched?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "That was a piece of leather that was like once used by like a satanic priest or something." And then I go, "Oh." So I've done a lot
For
work.
What kind of leather?
I have no idea. He just said some type of leather.
It was Italian leather.
But I've done a lot weirder shit
Human
without.
leather is very expensive, by the way. It's like
It's that-
$75 per square inch.
Yes.
How do you know that?
I made a Ouija board that the idea behind it was, what if Ed Gein made a Ouija board? So I wanted to get a piece of human leather and carve the Ouija board into the skin, but it's really expensive. So I just
Ethically
did.
sourced human leather.
Yeah, it was just the bum down the street.
Yeah.
I can get
No,
some
I just used a piece of cow rawhide because
Yeah.
it's affordable. But yeah, that's why I know how much human leather costs.
Oh wow.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking. Okay. On that note, okay, so we got more promo shit. We have Empty Casket Talking Board. That's Bill Bryan. He makes creepy shit with wires. We have Empty Casket Talking Board Museum. He makes creepy shit with cardboard and shows it to you and tells you don't scream. We have me.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. That's not Last Paranormal. That's not what this is about. Yeah. Paranormal Hut. Not Hut.
Yeah, there's
Nut.
no link tree. There it is.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
there
give
it
us
is.
all the opposed to giving you 7 different links. We give you one.
Yeah, Linktree works.
But yeah. On
You
that
like our
note,
cards, admit it, Bill.
thank you to
Your
everyone
business
who has
cards are
joined.
amazing.
Yeah.
Stephen Kmetz, Big Daddy, Mom Mauer, Sierra Dickerson, and Sarah, and Icy, and Richard. I didn't say hi to Richard. Hi, Richard Johnson. How are you? If you're still here. And all the great, amazing people that have come in. Court, Denise, Ernie, Leanne, Todd, all of the awesome people. Thank you so much for joining. This has been one hell of a episode back, considering that we haven't had an episode in a month. Or 2 weeks. 4 weeks. It's been 4 weeks. Damn, it's been a month. But so yeah. Thank you, Jim and Nut.
Jim and Nuts. Sure.
Yo,
Why you got
Sean,
Jim's nuts on your mind, man?
Sean.
Jim and Sean. This is.
I'm hitting the buzzer.
Welcome to the Jim's Nut podcast. Now, this has been Jim, Sean, Bill, and Trevor with Paranormal Nut, Haunted Casket, and yeah, that works. Thank you all so much for joining, and shake and bake, shake and bake, shake and bake, motherfucker,
Hey.
shake and bake. Oh, and guys, don't forget that if you ever find yourself seeing a shadow in the corner of your room, sleep safe.